Sorry guys, I tried to pause it, but I guess I didn't pause it. I hit stop. Sorry. So I want to talk again some more about the scarcity mindset. Okay, so let's see. Scarcity mindset can be defined as a pattern of thinking that focuses on what you don't have and the underlying belief that you are not ever going to have the things you want, even when you have access to basic needs like food, water, housing, income, etc. Okay, so let's see. What is an example of a scarcity mindset? If a past trauma was going hungry, a scarcity mindset might cause you to hoard food even when you have plenty. Sometimes a scarcity mindset can come from perceived scarcity, even if it's not actually scarcity. Okay? How do you know if you have a scarcity mindset? Signs that you have a scarcity mindset. You have experienced poverty or the loss of your home or belongings due to a natural disaster, theft, or another life-altering event. You often worry that you won't have enough food, clothing, or other items or people in your life or time. Okay? How to get out of a scarcity mindset? To get out of a scarcity mindset, you can try practicing gratitude, reframing your thoughts, like I said in my other video, surrounding yourself with positivity. You can also try cultivating mindfulness and setting goals. Practicing gratitude, start a gratitude journal. Focus on what you have rather than what you lack. Notice the good things in your life. So, if you have a house, a car, or a job, or plenty of food in the cabinet, or whatever the things that you have, be thankful for them and express that out loud. Just express that out loud. Like whatever, even the smallest thing, because gratitude definitely raises your vibration for sure. Okay, and it helps to get your focus more on what you have. Okay, and it says to surround yourself with positivity, spending time with people who have an abundance mindset. Also practicing showing appreciation for others. Practice mindfulness, meditate, or practice deep breathing. Focus on the present moment and savor the good things around you. Setting goals. Set goals such as paying off debt or saving for a home or going back to school. Create a win-win situation. Look for ways for both parties to feel accomplished. Okay. Other strategies. Giving back. Invest in personal growth. Start saving money, monitoring your spending, and commit to changing your habits. Now, one thing I know for sure is that when you are a giver, God notices that. He notices that you are a giver, and he will, I had a joke. Me and a friend of mine, we had a joke that we had a $20 bill that we couldn't give away because every time we gave it to somebody to help them out, God always gave it back to us from somebody else, right? And me and a friend of mine, we both did the same thing. We challenged ourselves to not be scared to give out our last 20 or this $20 bill, because see, the thing about it is God always makes sure that those who are willing to give of their time, money, energy, strength, whatever whatever you have, he will always make sure you have enough in your wallet or in your plate so that you can give. Because if you want to be a giver, or you are naturally a giver, it's like God knows that you are a vessel for him to use. Okay, and so that, though, to have that, you have to have the mindset of abundance, knowing that God always takes care of your needs. He always gives you more than enough, because obviously nothing God has done or created, if you look around, is done in scarcity. There's plenty of everything. Plenty of trees, plenty of stars, there's plenty of everything, plenty of food, plenty of fish, right? It's just always enough. Okay. And when you have that mindset, God will definitely bless you for that. He will definitely bless you, especially when you are wanting to always be a blessing to others. Okay, so I have to say that for me, I struggled. I really did struggle maintaining that mindset when I first lost my husband and I had moved to Atlanta, and I was kind of shaken. I was traumatized, really, by being thrown into being a single mother and not being prepared financially for that. And it definitely threw me into a scarcity mindset for a long time, actually. And it was very hard to get out of that. Very, very, very hard. I knew it was wrong. I knew I was thinking wrong. And I still always had my needs met. But I was so shaken. Eventually, though, I eventually was able to come out of that, for sure. And I remember one of the things that actually helped me to really, really, really come out of that completely and getting back to the way that I was prior to my husband passing was actually couponing. Because back then, this was I think it's been 8 years when I first started couponing. It was different. It was a lot easier, and a lot of people weren't doing it. They were just coming out with that show, couponing or whatever. And so it wasn't very popular. People weren't doing it as much or whatever. So, I had access to free coupons and stuff. And I got so much stuff that I was able to start selling it, right? But I was also able to create a stockpile, which I never thought I could ever have. I was able to do that relatively quickly, pretty much within 2 months. I had a huge stockpile. And then it just kind of grew. And it became a skill that I learned that I still utilize now, even though I'm not necessarily stockpiling right now because I'm doing other stuff right now and I'm focusing elsewhere. But I do definitely continue to use that skill. But I got so much stuff that I was able to share and help others. And I loved it because it was something that kind of propelled me right back into that abundance mindset. And I love to be of help to others. I really do. I've always loved to be of help to others, of service. And I like for others, anybody in my house or anybody around me or anybody associated with me, to always feel like they have enough. I like my people to feel like that. And I know that it's very easy for me to do that when I coupon. So, I learned how to coupon just from watching YouTube videos. And then I practiced and I did it. And I found it to be exciting, and challenging, actually. It was really kind of cool. But anyway, that was something that actually really helped me to kind of get out of that, seeing that there was so much excess. Okay, now it says, what is a scarcity mindset in relationships? Let me read the definition that Google is saying. A scarcity mindset in relationships refers to the belief that love or suitable partners are scarce, leading to individuals to feel anxious, insecure, and overly clingy, often settling for a less than ideal relationship out of fear of not finding anyone else, rather than focusing on building up healthy, fulfilling partnership with their current partner. Essentially, it's the mentality of holding on tight because you believe there might not be another option. It says, key characteristics of a scarcity mindset in a relationship: fear of losing a partner, constant worry that your partner will leave you, leading to excess checking or controlling behaviors. So at the root of controlling behaviors is fear. It's fear. Okay, so first off the bat, I would recommend prayer. I would recommend prayer for sure if you have fear like that. And I myself kind of fight this feeling when it comes to death, when it comes to a partner dying. I definitely feel like when I am in love and when I am with somebody and I'm all in and deep in love, my first thought is every day is if I'm going to see them again, if they're going to come home. And that comes from experiencing what I experienced. And even though I've done therapy and counseling, it's there's a saying that goes, you can't unknow what you know. You can't unknow what you know. And when you know that there is a real reality out there of actually losing a partner, a mate, you know that everybody has a birth date and a death date. It's because it was so painful for me, I definitely have that fear that comes up the minute I start feeling like I'm in love. I start thinking that. Now, I have to pray my way out of that, and I don't always show it because showing it, I don't want to look crazy. So I don't show that, because I don't want to sound morbid, right? But it is still a fear. It's definitely rooted in fear. And I try not to let that craziness get over on me and take over my activities, It says settling for less, accepting a relationship that doesn't meet your needs because you believe it's the best you can get. Well, if you feel that way, as a female, if you feel that way, I would suggest working on yourself. Working on yourself, raising your vibration, okay? Because as you do that, you will attract, you know how they say when you elevate, it's like you'll get all new partners, all new people. You will literally attract somebody completely different when you elevate into a different vibration. And I definitely suggest that, because when you work on yourself and you do your self-healing, your self-help, your self-love, and you kind of dive into that, it's in that process that usually you are presented with a new lover or a new partner, okay? I've experienced that. Now, overly clingy behavior, being overly dependent on your partner for validation and feeling anxious when they are not available. That is a characteristic of scarcity mindset, for sure. Jealousy and insecurity. Suspecting your partner of being interested in others, leading to unnecessarily conflict. Definitely that is a scarcity mindset. It's like constantly worried about your partner cheating on you or wanting to be with somebody else. And that's because you feel like you can't. I have to watch. Everybody's running. It's because you feel like you can't get any better, and it's because it's a lack of confidence in yourself. It's a lack of confidence in yourself, because when you work on yourself and you have worked on your own character, you have worked on how you come to the table, you have worked on your strengths, you have worked on yourself, just elevating yourself, you have more confidence in who you are and what you are able to bring to the table. It's kind of like being a mother, right? It's like before you are actually a mother, you might have low confidence and you might actually feel nervous about being a mother. You might actually kind of feel like, oh, I don't know if I can do this, right? But when you become a mother and you start actually doing the things that, come natural to you really, and you decide, and you are a good mother. When you do that, what happens is that you start being confident in your mothering ability because you're like, yeah, especially by the time the second one comes or the third one comes, whatever, you're like, oh yeah, I know what to do. Okay, they got a fever. Okay, you're not gonna flip out and take them to the hospital, right away, right? You kind of like, okay, I'm gonna do this, and this. I know what to do, and you have more confidence, right? You don't need to get jealous or insecure, right? Because you know what you bring to the table. You know what you have. You know what you have to offer, and if you've never done this for yourself, I challenge you to do that. Let's say, for example, you only feel like you have your body to bring to the table. Well, I got news for you. Everybody's body gets older. We're all getting older every single day. And what are you going to do if something happens to your body and you can't no longer make money on OnlyFans showing off yourself, or you can't make money at the strip club because you have gained weight or whatever, gotten sick or something like that? Who knows? Got disabled. Maybe you got into a car accident or something like that. Okay, what are you going to do then? What are you going to do then? So it's like you're not going to be nervous or having a scarcity mindset if you have taken time to go to school, educate yourself, get a degree, get a certificate, build your skills so that you have other things to fall back on, and also other interests to bring to the table, other confidences to bring to the table as far as who you are, your character, your relationship with God, your relationship with your family, having good relation, really looking out for your people, having their back, being a support system, listening, just doing whatever is necessary, okay? Being that stand up, having strong character, for your family and for your friends and whatnot, so that you have developed other tools and other skills other than just the outwardly things that are, eventually are going to go away, which could really give you a scarcity mindset. Okay, that's what you want to avoid. It's kind of like having multiple streams of income instead of just having one income. And for me, that's always something I've always attained to, but I'm finally at a point in my life where I'm actually able to do it, and I'm having, being able to have different ways to make money. Okay, so that way, if one fails, okay, you have money coming in from a different way. And that's the same type of thing. So it's like if you have a scarcity mindset, you're not going to put yourself out there to be able to have multiple streams of income and things like that. Difficulty with boundaries. Okay, this is another key characteristics of scarcity mindset in relationships. Difficulty with boundaries. Struggling to set healthy limits in the relationship due to fear of pushing your partner away. Okay, how a scarcity mindset can harm relationships. Stifling communication, fear of expressing needs or concerns openly, which can lead to resentment. Erosion of trust. Constant suspicion of and monitoring can damage trust within a relationship. Reduced intimacy. The anxiety and fear associated with a scarcity mindset can hinder emotional connection. Okay, so basically, how to overcome scarcity mindset in relationships? Self-reflection. Identify the root causes of your scarcity mindset, such as past experiences or negative self-beliefs. Focus on self-worth. Develop a strong sense of self-esteem and believe in your value as a partner, so you can believe in your value. So if you identify that maybe you were talked down to as a child, maybe your mother or whoever talked down to you, your father or somebody, and you are repeating those thoughts in your head. Maybe your mother said you're a whore or you're ugly or whatever and told you that. Can you imagine that a mother would say that to a child? But it happens. It happens. Okay, and then you repeat that in your mind, and so you're downing yourself instead of elevating yourself, right? Practice gratitude. So it says appreciate the positive aspects of your current relationship and develop focus on your own self-worth. Develop a strong sense of self-esteem and belief in your value as a partner, which I already said. Okay, so anyway, you can look this up and definitely start to focus and shift your mindset from a scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset. Okay, have a good one.